started. Are the sleeper cells being activated? What is going on, my friends? This has been a crazy couple days since New Year's Eve, and things are still cooking, unfolding. Things are still coming out. So there have been a couple of events that many of you have already heard of, I'm sure, but there may be some connections. As we all know, there was the incident in New Orleans, wherein we had the individual who drove through the crowd, and 15 people are no longer with us, and about 25 more are hospitalized, injured seriously. So this guy, he was in the military. He was in the U.S. Army. He was later in the Army Reserve, but he was driving a Ford F-150 electric vehicle, and it was rented through Turo. I myself have rented a truck through Turo to haul my bigger trailer out to Arizona. Also rented through Turo. Actually, he didn't rent that truck. He rented it from somebody else who rented it through Turo. Now, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? You would rent a truck and you'd actually sublease it to somebody? Now, that's a weird connection. Allegedly, the guy who actually rented it is cooperating with the investigation. Isn't that strange? Yeah, so he had an ISIS flag on the back of the truck. Now, the guy was Muslim, and somehow he got radicalized. What was his name? Shamud. Oh shit, I forget his name, guys. I'm sitting here in my vehicle. I don't have my computers and everything spread out from me. I don't have nowhere to put notes. So this is kind of a awkward position I'm in to bring you these things. But let me give you the connections, okay? So there is also the event that took place in Vegas. As you know, a Cybertruck exploded under the awning at the entrance of a Trump hotel in Vegas. Now, this is like a dual message. It's a message, probably since the Cybertruck was used, against Elon Musk and also against Trump. Now, that vehicle had fireworks on board, a lot of fireworks. It exploded. But Elon Musk made a comment. He said, well, we're lucky they used a Cybertruck. It was the worst vehicle you could use as a vehicular bomb. Because the truck, structurally was pretty much intact. It didn't just blow all to smithereens. Now, those are tough vehicles. I'll hand Elon Musk that. But I think this was a dual message. But it was also rented through Turo. And the fact that fireworks were used in the explosive devices is a indicator. A lot of people, it's been pointed out to me by a certain colonel friend of this channel. He's probably in the chat room right now, I would imagine, that the cyber vehicles are, these fireworks are typically used by no less than Antifa when they are countering police and things like that. They like to take mortar shells and launch them toward police. Apparently there were a lot of mortar shells in this. Was this a sign? Was this a calling card from Antifa? Are they connected somehow to ISIS? Was ISIS in on this too? The thing that indicates that sleeper cells may be, there's a couple signs here that indicate that sleeper cells may be getting activated, and it's that the reportedly video was taken at the New Orleans event, in which there were 4 or 5 other individuals planting IED devices. Now, there's some kind of counter and go back on that, but they did find not only IED devices in the vehicle, how did that get acquired, and also planted around the place. This guy, he drove the vehicle through a crowd. He went around a police barricade, which is actually a police car, and went through the crowd at high speed. And he got out. He was wearing body armor. And at first the reports all were he was carrying an assault rifle. Well, it was a 308. A 308 is a hunting rifle, not an assault rifle. You see how the narrative wants to be, how they want to push this narrative against assault rifles constantly, all the time. Yeah. We wouldn't know. Guys, black rifles matter. I might know something about that. But anyway, this is strange stuff, guys. highly strange. The fact is, there were IEDs around the area aside from what he brought. So apparently he had collaborators. The FBI is so interesting, they sent a Boeing 737 to New Orleans with their hostage response team and a couple of other sub-teams, the hostage negotiator team and another one of their special ops teams they sent down there. They sent, and it's Boeing 737, guys, they sent some high-powered assets to New Orleans. Cause why? Are they expecting something else? What happens tomorrow in New Orleans? What was supposed to have happened already that got delayed? Nothing less than the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. Now there's something else in common between New Orleans and Vegas. Both are known as sin cities. Both are known for debauchery. And also another indicator, one of the teams involved in the Super Bowl is Notre Dame. What happened in France to the Notre Dame Cathedral? It got burnt, didn't it? Well, it just got recommissioned, supposedly. So how many symbols are there? How much symbology is being tied up in all these things going on? It's highly unusual. It is highly concerning. And this may be an indicator that the sleeper cells are being activated. Now, here's another thing. If they wanted to start activating them, if it's a little bit of a slow roll out, then they would want to use an American as the front person initially, probably, to kind of cover things up, hide things, make it look more indigenous, more American, maybe not to show their full hand yet, as if you're playing poker. You don't want to show your full hand yet. So what is actually going on, my friends? This year has started out with a bang, or more than one bang, and not a good one. This year is already starting off on a roller coaster rough ride from the get-go. What is this year bringing? I just did a video. I just posted it. If you've not seen it, go back and see my 2025 Can You Stay Alive video that I uploaded earlier today. This is before I got plugged into the news cycle. So, same clowns as usual, Susan? Probably. A lot of these clowns may be cooperating with each other. I brought out a lot of other points in this video that I did earlier, talking about the kind of things that they're talking about going around, how they're pinning exact dates on things. Like, on January the 21st, it's all going to begin. All these things are going to roll out. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding. You cannot predict a pandemic. You cannot predict these kind of things when they will happen if they're natural. If they're natural. Of course, there wasn't no such thing as a biolab found in Reedy, California. Now, was there? Now, whose biolab was that? Yeah. So, guys, if you don't think that CCP has already declared war on us using the rules of Sun Tzu, you got another thing coming. When they can plant biolabs, when they've hacked into everything massively, imagine this. You are the giant, and you're going to go to war. And just as you're going to war, you discover you got explosive devices implanted in your jugular veins. That's where the United States is. Our grid has got implanted devices in it, our electrical grid, which we're absolutely reliant on for the survival of this nation. You think that's nothing? You think that's inconsequential? Why is no one talking about this? Why is the news media all the time when they talk about the Russians got nuclear satellites up and they could be anti-satellite weapons? I hear that narrative constantly. Never, ever in that discussion do you hear them say these could perpetrate an EMP attack on you. All those devices are EMP devices. How are they not? Why don't they ever talk about that? No. You've only heard me. I don't think any other YouTuber is talking about that. Oh, anti-satellite weapons. I mean, are you dumb? Where do you come from? I mean, my God, guys. Jesus Christ, what are these people thinking? They're not thinking about parrots, blah, 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 blah. Copying each other, and putting out the narrative. So, guys, we've got to live Light the live. Okay, thank you. So, guys, what is cooking, guys? Something bad is cooking. And this year has started off, like I said in the video I posted earlier today, this is the year. Welcome to the year of Deagle's ominous prediction of a huge depopulation in the United States. We're here. That year is now. We are living in now. The future is now. Look at the whole world today. It looks like a whole bunch of bad science fiction novels all rolled into one, or movies, however you want to take it. Holy guac and smoke-a-moly, guys. The times we're in is off the charts. The good thing is that the people have stood up and said, we don't want this no more. We don't want none of this. We've stood up and massively put Trump into office, and Trump has decided to, we've elected him. Excuse me, he hasn't assumed office yet, and they would probably like nothing better than to stop that from happening. What stretch would they go to prevent the inauguration? Martial law? Well, major terrorist offense in the United States, World War III, how far would they go? You tell me. I'm not saying, but it's a darn good question. It's a huge question. 2025 is the end of the season. Wow. Is it 2025? Jeez. Well, new age. What's the next age, guys? We may be getting an ice age. Some of the data it shows when you go back and look before the ice ages start, there's always a heat spike, and then, boom, the temperatures drop. He goes, whoop, boom. So maybe the 2000s, when everything will seem to be a little bit warmer, what's coming into the east part of the United States? Record cold. Are you guys ready for that? Are you ready for a record cold snap that may shut your grid down? What are you going to do when it's colder than you've ever seen it and you got no power? You better get yourselves ready right now. If you're on the East Coast, you can probably get kerosene heaters and some kerosene, or some way to heat in your house if you don't have wood or something else. But if you got a heater that requires an electrically controlled furnace, HVAC or whatever, if it requires electricity to run it, you might be in trouble. Your house is probably going to freeze. Your water, you need to drain your water out of your house. Maybe even drain your hot water heater. Or all your pipes are burst as soon as it warms back up. And I'm going to tell you what, when your pipes start bursting in your house and you find flooding beneath wherever those pipes are, especially if you got upper stories, you're going to have a mess. And it's going to be horrendous cleaning that up. So I expect everybody to get ready. Get ready for the weather that's coming. Get ready for look, like I said, this year started out crazy just from the get-go. From New Year's Eve on through the day, and God knows what else is coming. So let's hope and pray that's good. I'm Gen X, and my daughter is Gen Z. No more letters left. You know what they're saying the next generation starting this year is? I don't know why they didn't go alpha. And now they're saying beta, and a lot of people are resenting that because, it's like beta test. Well, it may be a test. Wow, that generation may have a rough time. Hey, Cha-Cha, how you doing? Quakes are picking up here in the west. Oh my God, there's this volcano off the coast of Oregon. They're saying is probably going to go off this year. A volcano off the coast of Oregon. Will it create a tsunami? What about the Fuca? I'm going to call it San Juan all the time. The Fuca plate out there that's being subducted under the North American plate that could cause the Cascadia area to erupt in a greater than 9.0 magnitude subduction zone type earthquake, which is the kind that can kick up the biggest tsunamis. Guys, what about Campi de Fergie, or however you say that, over in Italy, over around Naples, a super volcano that's on the verge of going off. It's cocked, it's loaded and cocked and ready to go boom. How much boom will it go? We don't know. It could set us in a situation of a summer without, a year without a summer, essentially, like happened in 1817 after, I believe it was Toba that went off. Toba, Tambura, I'm getting mixed up. Tambura, I believe, yeah. Not Toba, Tambura. Toba was the one that went off 70,000 years ago, and they think choked the population the human population down to very few individuals. So, guys, this 9.0 qualified element 415. Oh, yeah, Alan, how you doing? Happy 2025. Well, I hope we do have a happy 2025. Great Dust Bowl of 1922. Well, you know, these things are possible. It's been dry here for months right here where I'm at. I mean, really dry. Lots of dust, lots of wind. Soulseye, how are you doing? That was one of my very first mods. I think Pyramid 7 and then Soulseye. I think you were one and number 2 of my mods on this channel. Came to me from Rex's channel, I believe, if I recall right. Rex and I are in communication, and he's wanting to come down here around February, so you might see Rex and I together in the not too distant future. For those that have watched the Leak Project, Rex Bear. Oh, you were first, Soulseye. Okay, pardon me. I knew it was close. Soulseye Jules, first mod on this channel, is in the house tonight, folks. I knew it was close. Maybe, Pyramid 7 would have been second then. All right. Yeah, you're right. You were first. That's right. So, guys, we are. I don't know. All right. So, we are facing horrendous times, and also we have grand potential at the same time. I mean, there's a clash of forces in this country. It could lead to civil war. The clash of those that want to take your freedoms away from you, who have been dominant in our society, who represent the theories of the House of Klaus, if you know what I'm talking about. You shall have nothing, you'll own nothing, and you'll be happy. You'll be so happy you own nothing. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I know nothing. I got no privacy, and I'm happy. Yeah, right. Give me a break. So nobody wants none of that stuff. Hey Stan, how you doing? Oh, Cha-Cha, you thought you were the first? Cha-Cha's been with us a while. So, and Cha-Cha's had some personal catastrophic experience with her home and things like that. Bless her heart. So, in a good way. Literally. So, grateful for everyone here. Amen to that, Wheezy. Say, Adam Young, I'm in Wisconsin and we just got more snow. Yeah, there's going to be snow up in the northern section, and all that Arctic vortex is supposed to be coming down into the southeast. And I'm hearing rumors that it may last a long time, maybe a month. I don't know. So, predicting weather is a little bit dicey right now, my friends. But guys, we really got to consider where we're going and consider what you're doing and how you're getting ready for it. That's the bottom line. Working hard or hardly working. I'm working quite busily. George, how you doing, George? It was 60 degrees out earlier today, but now it's cold and snowing in the northeast Pennsylvania. Wow. Okay, so it's we've been getting here in the nighttime in 20s and teens. We got down to 16 last night. I think it's going to be 21 tonight. The days have been up to 60s and 50s. When it gets 60 here, it feels hot, especially after you sit down for cold nights. You can get 60 degrees and you go, wow, man, heat wave. So I'm in trouble. If I'm acclimating to this, if I were to go back to Alabama, in fact, on one of my recent trips back to Alabama from here, I was just burning up. I thought, man, it's hot here in Alabama. I was burning up. So that's what we got to watch out for, guys, is this climate, the weather, natural disasters. I didn't talk that much about natural disasters. I meant to, but I just didn't go into it. I didn't talk about the super volcanoes. I didn't talk, and there's the unknowns like that Tonga, remember that Tonga underseas volcano, Tonga, halfway in Tonga, I don't know, it's a big long name to that volcano. It was the largest undersea volcanic explosion recorded. It put tons of water vapor in the air. Now, water vapor and cloud droplets are two different things. The clouds reflect light, but just water vapor diffuse holds heat in. And that held a lot of extra heat in. It kind of added to things that been a little bit warmer. But it wasn't anything man-made. And that's also a temporary effect. So volcanoes, though, through sulfur dioxide, can contribute greatly to cooling effects, like the year without a summer that I mentioned back in 1817, that was so cold that crops failed across the Northeast. And a lot of people in New England states migrated to the Midwest because of that. And that caused a settlement wave into the Midwest. So 13 was the coldest it got here. I was in Arizona. Hey, Soulseye. Yeah, Soulseye is my near neighbor, or prior near neighbor in the area I'm in. She lived around here for a while. So 13, well, geez, I've seen it colder than that here already. But you'd always leave here in the wintertime, right? So, yeah, we got down, I think for some reason 9 is ringing in my head, but yeah, it's been pretty cold here. You get some more cold snaps, and it's, how weather is. It's sickly. It cycles up and down. I think it got down to 9 degrees here one night this fall. So it's been snowing down here in southwest Idaho. Yeah, Tonga. It's like it's Tonga. Yeah, it's repeat. The name's got to repeat it. Tonga Hape. I think it's Tonga Hape, Tonga, something like that. It's a crazy name, long name. Anyway, so that was a huge volcano. 31 here present. Hey, George, 31. Juanita, Greg, what's the anomaly sighted above the Earth? What's the anomaly sighted above the Earth? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. The North Pole has been officially repositioned. Guys, it's moving constantly, so to just suddenly officially to claim it's been repositioned, that's kind of funny to make it official. It moves. Whether we recognize it and call it official or not don't make no difference. It's nature. Nature doesn't go by the dictates of man. Anyway, currently pole shift puts us in the zone of the equator. You're not going to see that. Raspberry, according to the Celeste Solemn, the fog is dangerous and you shouldn't go outside in it. Yeah, there's been a lot of reports of some strange anomalous fog. The videos I've seen, it looks more like a smoke than a fog, like it's particulate. What is this? Has anybody measured this stuff? Or is it, and if you did, would it get reported? I don't know. There's a lot of strangeness going on, guys. A lot of high strangeness. I don't know what it is. Just, are we being prepared for something? Oh, was Doug in the house? Oh, but talk about the Doug Clark. Yeah, maybe some of us would like to be in the equator, right? So the electronic fog. I don't. Electronic fog you wouldn't see. That's just all the noise you get from a lot of RF. I've seen reports of a mystery drone spraying something as well. Oh yeah, there's that. And for those that to keep reporting on drones, they say, they're just all out looking for a nuke. There's been too many sightings outside. Oh yeah, I saw where a corporate executive from a drone company went onto one of our channels that a lot of us like to follow, and said, well, these drones do not come up out of the sea. Well, nobody said they actually come up out of the water. Well, Rex has actually implied they might. If they're plasma devices of another technology, maybe. But what has been cited, there was this YouTuber, Faison or something like that, Faison, something like that. He's got a huge channel, like 500,000 subscribers, and he rented a yacht and went out into the ocean with IR cameras and just various camera gear, and he recorded fleets of these drones out at sea flying in formation as if they were scanning, and then they went ashore. One thing, these drones have more flight time than is typical for the battery technologies that we have. Their flight time is longer than can be accounted for by the battery technologies that's typically available to us through conventional known technology for batteries. Now, maybe you could say, well, they're gasoline powered, but they're really quiet for gasoline powered systems. Now, gasoline puts a lot of energy in something. It has a higher energy density than what's available batteries. Gasoline, diesel fuel, these kind of things. So, we got, you got sprayed today, Matt? So, guys, this is, you know, I have launched from boats. I have launched balloons and rockets, and I used a utility boat. I could rent a utility boat and go out and launch a fleet of drones, even for the size of cars. And stack them on top of each other. One goes up, another goes off. You don't need an aircraft carrier. It's a mothership. Nobody would notice a utility boat out in the middle of the ocean launching these things. There may be a few of them, or there may be a fleet of yachts. As long as you got a good flat deck and you keep shoving these birds on the deck, yeah, you could do it. I could do it. 25 years ago, I was in the ocean launching these things. Well, not drones, balloons, which are bigger, far bigger, and require layout area that's flat in order to get the inflation started. With rockets on them. Flew to space from the rocket, the balloon. From the balloon, the rocket from the balloon after the balloon was launched from the boat. Guys, I've done this stuff. I did it years and years and years and years ago. And a lot of people laughed at Trump for saying, well, coming out of garages. Well, ours came out of a garage. We built a rocket that could hit space to be launched from a balloon, launched from a boat in a garage. And we did this. We were doing this stuff 25 years ago, guys, a long time ago. If we could do that then, the technology we had then, which was commensurate with what it took a superpower to do just 3 or 4 decades earlier. We were doing from garages 25 years ago. What can people do today? What can people do today? And for some executive from a drone company, well, no, these can't be that. Well, he's an idiot. He's a little lame-brained pinhead. He's a pinhead. I don't care if he is the CEO, the president of a drone company. I know darn well that can be done because I have done the same kind of thing myself. He's an idiot. A full-blown, blooming idiot. Because I have launched from boats. And I know it can be done. I got the video. Been there, done that, did it a long time ago. If I could do that then, what can you do today? Give me a break. He has no imagination for a CEO, but that's typical. A lot of these CEOs are numbskulls. You know, he might know conventional everyday drone technology, but he is thinking deep inside the box. Get outside the box. This guy is a numbskull. Or maybe he's part of a cover-up. Maybe he is part of it and he's covering it up. What is going on there with that? That is numbskull talk. Blah, 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 blah. And I was on a major channel and it sounds good. It sounds true. Oh, yeah. This kind of knows what he's talking. He's a CEO. Blah, 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 blah. He's an idiot. Absolute blooming idiot. Yeah, Greg Allison says, well, let him call me and talk to me if he don't agree with it. I'd like for him to call me up. He can look me up. Jesus Christ, what is this guy? You know, come on. Think outside the box. I'm telling you, I was doing this kind of stuff 25 years ago. With things bigger than drones, balloons. They're harder to fly. They're harder to launch. You got to travel with the wind the whole time you're inflating it, or you're going to have a problem. Well, the drones, you ain't got to do that. Drones are easier to launch than the balloons. Far easier. So, you know, guys, I'm a rocket scientist for Pete's sake. And he's just a pinhead drone CEO. CEO. Ah. Yeah. You want to know what I think? There you go. You got it. So all this, oh, it's just this. No, it's not just this. You know, there's something else going on. And that guy, the other YouTuber, proved it. They are coming. Some of them are coming from the ocean. Maybe not all of them, but some of them are. Some of them may be coming from garages. They may come out of a garage, go on top of a boat, and then come out of the ocean. That's how I did it 25 years ago. Yes, sir. Now, if we were doing this as a small group with little money, reaching at space, taking a stab at space from a garage 25 years ago, what's possible today? What is possible today? Especially if it's funded by a nation state or a large group that's got a lot of money, whatever they are, because these operations are continuous. There's a lot of people involved. This stuff costs money. It costs a lot of money. Something big is behind it. Is it the U.S. government? Is it the Chinese? Is it some terrorist group? I don't know. But one thing I do know that also don't fit a certain convenient paradigm is that a lot of these drones have been sighted around the 17 military bases Who is buying farmland? Oh, our good friends at the CCP. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And and Xi Jinping just come out and announced, what did he say? He said that nobody, not in the U.S. military, could prevent the reunification of China and Taiwan. And then he came out and said, we're brothers. It's not like Putin talking about the Ukrainians just before he invaded. Oh yeah, we're brothers, we're kindred, we're the same people. But then they turn around and call them Banderites. But technically, yeah, Russia started in Kiev. It was called the Kiev Rus. I mentioned that before. Way back. So, but that also kind of invalidates some of the Ukrainians were developing biolabs to take out the Russians. It's pretty much the same people genetically, except maybe the Tartars and a few other subgroups. Guys, but the Taiwanese, they know better. They don't want communism foisted upon them. Yeah, they're Chinese. They're Chinese ethnically. They're absolutely Chinese people. But they're smart enough to know that they want freedom. They don't want their freedom taken from them. Chinese have their own port in Florida. Nobody checks what's coming in or out. That's a problem. They're controlling a lot of ports. They're controlling pretty much the Panama Canal that we built with great treasure, which, if it adjusted to modern day money, it would be trillions of dollars, apparently. 38,000 American lives lost building that. It's comparable to the Vietnam War. We put a huge effort in it, and the president just passed away. Old President Peanut actually gave it to, or sold it for the price of $1 to the Panamanians. But the Panama was supposed to give the United States certain deals, and there's the provisions in the treaties that we could take it back if they violated certain things, which they've clearly already done. So, supposedly all these South American countries, no, you can't have that. No, we don't stand with the United States, taking back the canal. Well, actually, according to the treaties, we could. So Trump ain't minus 15C in Western Alberta. Jimmy Carter gave it away. Yeah, that's what he did. He gave it away. He also is the president who recognized Beijing as the capital of China instead of Taipei. So, he was a disaster. We never had a worse president again until the current one. Oh my gosh. It took Biden to make Jimmy Carter look good. Oh my God. Well, they both stink in my book. I went in the Army with Jimmy Carter as president. And it was a rag-bag army. It was a rag-bag, broken army. The esprit de corps was gone. All the equipment we had was junk. It was leftover stuff from the Vietnam War, our uniforms, the jeeps, our rifles, everything. I took over an arms room. We had in our company 250 people, and I only had less than 20 M16s that would work. All because most of them were missing itsy-bitsy, teeny-weeny pins or the springs that ran the ejector pin or the extractor on the bolt. Either you couldn't pull the round out of the chamber, or if you did, it wouldn't throw it out of it. See, the extractor pulls it out, and there's a little ejector pin that flips it out. You got to pull it out of the chamber, then you got to flip it out. And those are like parts that back then a 5-gallon bucket of them might have cost you $1. Couldn't get them. Had on order. Wouldn't come in. My unit almost got sent to Iran in an Iranian hostage rescue attempt. We had all our stuff packed and loaded to go at the Pope Air Force Base. All our equipment was packed. We were told we were going. And then decided to do a smaller operation, and it failed. The operation failed miserably. It was the beginning of the Delta Force, but what happened? Bad communications. The forces weren't communicating with each other, and lack of spare parts. Duh. It was Carter's army. Oh my God. When Reagan came in as president, the army changed like overnight. Suddenly, all this stuff came in that I had on requisition. Well, I got that arms room spick and span, all the weapons working, everything. 100%. I was the armor, the headquarters and headquarters company unit of the 426th Signal Battalion, right next door to the Green Berets in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And from there, I went to Fort Greely, Alaska. And I was in the Cold Regions Test Center at Fort Greely, Alaska. So, guys, that's the honest truth. Carter's Army was ragbag, and I can imagine the same thing was happened under Obama and Clinton and Biden. I can't imagine military, being anywhere like it was under Reagan or Trump. Of course, now our military is all woke. Oh yeah, it's woke. It's a joke. From the head, from the Secretary of Defense on down. Sad, sad, sad. So, I don't know, guys. I just don't know. All right, guys, we're a family-friendly channel here. Let's watch our language. Let's don't use any curse words or anything that sounds like it. I do my darndest to avoid that. And I would like for everybody else to refrain from best weapon lubrication for extreme cold weather. We have a dry lubricant we used on the M16s. In fact, they were coated in. That's what they were painted with. It was actually a dry lubricant. And so that's probably your best lubricant for cold. What was the killer fog from? I don't know what it came from. Some people talk about spraying from these strange lights in the sky. I don't know, guys. I've been hearing about that, but I've not researched in great detail. Do you play Roblox? I don't even know what that is. I'm not a game player, guys. I'm addicted to Latinas. Well, okay. Best Western policy is isolation. Yeah, I think you're right. We got a Phil Robertson in the house. Anyway, so guys, we got 207 people in the room tonight. That's awesome. We only got 109 thumbs up. Come on, guys. The algorithm stomped me hard. Give us some help here. Anyway, so happy day after New Year's Day. Foo Fighters are back. Yeah, pretty much, Matt. So what were the Foo Fighters? Were they German? What kind of technology? Those were just almost like plasmoid devices. What kind of technology did the Germans develop? And if they could do it in 1947, what could we have today in little black programs? Hi, Grandpa. Hey, hi, Essen. You know what? I've been a grandpa all my life. I was born a grandpa. I've been grandpa for a long time. I really have. I'm not great grandpa yet, though, which is pretty amazing. Great band. Oh, the band Foo Fighters. Like a Viking. I got a lot of Viking blood in me, buddy. A lot. St. John's. I'm over 50% Nordic in the ancestry. Don't know how much over. I just know that from one side of my family, my mom's side, it's 100%. And probably over 50 from my dad's side. I don't know what is from his side, but got a lot of Viking ancestry. Tubers call them plasmoids now. Yeah. What are the plasmoids? They exhibit some interesting technological capabilities. Now, why would some nuke sniffer also carry on board the technology to take out other drones that might come up and investigate them to remove their power? So, if you want to see some interesting videos, check out Ashton Forbes. Check out what he's talking about from Orb Technology. Plasmoids, whatever you want to call them. Well, Sydney, Australia in the house. All right. We got Killer Smurf here. That's good. Jay St. John, what's your biggest lesson in 2024? Oh, wow. Well, I've got some lessons about, you know, not wanting to start any more ventures where I got a higher wage grade labor. It's a nightmare these days. It's just a nightmare. So Arizona's ugly country. Do you like it better than Alabama? It's beautiful out here. I get vistas and scenery and mountains and sunsets. Alabama's beautiful too, but in a different sort of way. It's different. It's just different. It's not ugly. Not by a long shot. Uh, it's different though. Don't believe what you thought was true. Yeah, what's that old adage? Don't only believe half what you see and nothing you hear, something like that. Anyway, Arizona is a diverse state. That's right. It's very diverse. You're right. In the Morgan's Rim, you're right. So there's this rim down here below me, that south of me. And when you drop off below that, is what they call a valley. That's where it gets really hot. There's mountains down there too, but Tucson, Phoenix, that's the oven part of the state. Yeah, Alabama does have gorgeous falls. I used to like driving up towards Swanee, Tennessee, and going back down around Skyline Mountain, which runs down through northeast Alabama. No cherry blossoms in Arizona. Well, I used to have a lot of those in Huntsville. I may have to put out some sound. I may have to plant me some cherry trees. Hallmark, ho ho ho. Yes, too bad I didn't. Sedona, Arizona is a powerful place. Yeah, that seems like Confederate Santa. There you go. Yeah, that's right. Uh, so let's see. Save your Dixie cups, boys. The South's going to rise again. AZ also has more edible plants than any other state. Well, yeah, I got some work to do on that, Ken. I'll tell you what. I taught y'all from Alabama, the number one wild edible in many parts of the country is kudzu. It's so prevalent, and you can eat every part of the plant except for the woody stem part, where it's woody. Kudzu is in the bean family, in case y'all didn't know, and it grows like crazy. So if you live anywhere where kudzu grows, you should never starve to death. If you got kudzu and pine trees, now there's pine trees south of me here. There's a huge pine forest. So that's just it. If I go 30 minutes to the south of where I'm at right now, I'm in forest, big, tall trees. If I go 30 minutes to the north, it's desert, abject desert. You got the petrified forest. You got the painted desert, all just 30 minutes away to the north. So I'm 30 minutes north, I can go one totally different climate, 30 minutes south of a different climate, and here's a different climate. There's like narrow bands here of different climatic zones. And so you get a lot of diversity in a very short space. You don't have to travel far. You find these mesas with all these colorful sides, rocks, many different colors, or you can find mountains, volcanoes. I got lava bombs here on my property that were tossed here from the sun crater close to Flagstaff 900 years ago, and that's the most recent eruption, thankfully. So it's not like we have volcanoes going off every day. I'd hate to be under the artillery fire of lava bombs. Apparently that's what ran the Anasazi Indians out of the area. So I've got a little kitty cat here wanting to play. So there is a lot of beauty here. A lot of dried kudzu can be weaved into baskets. Oh yeah, Gary, that's true. Kudzu can do a lot of stuff. I hear it's even used for treating alcoholism. So make a tea out of it. You can eat it, make a tea. What happened to Robert? What happened to Robert here? Robert, missing my mom. She passed away with cancer and bone marrow cancer. Oh, Lord, Robert. Well, blessings for Robert, folks. Pickled kudzu is delicious. Well, I've eaten it. It leaves raw. It tastes like a bean leaf, but they're perfectly good. All right, check this out. So they didn't switch. I don't know if switch. There. I'm under attack, guys. A ferocious cat here is attacking me. Oh, Lord, anyway. Hey, we got Lady Dagger Satis. All right, there she is. Good to see you from New Jersey. You still in New Jersey? Well, good night. Good to see you. Been a while. All right, my friends. Actually, that's a boy, believe it or not. That's Smokey. Killer Smurf. Under attack from my furry overloads. Yeah, let's see here. So I can get it turned on. Come on, it's not turning around. There we are. I'm under ferocious attack here. Uh-oh. There we go. A little bit of entertainment here. So, you'd probably rather see the cat than me. Alrighty, Greg, do you check your PO? Oh, I will. Oh, Brian, I got a big box from you. Thank you, Brian. I plan to, once I get something, my tiny, I'm not opened it yet. I plan to open it live. So good to see you, Brian. Yeah, I got this big box from Brian. It's got a bunch of stuff in it, but I want to open it live. But I need to be set up at a desk where I can, yeah, I want to open, within a week or two, I should be set up in my tiny home. I absolutely plan to open it on one of my live sessions to see what we got from Brian. Brian always sends me boxes, and it's always got all kinds of surprises in it. It always makes me laugh. He's got a good sense of humor. So there's always going to be something in there to tickle the funny bone, to get us laughing, and some nice gifts. So Brian Perendi, he's been a supporter of the channel here for a long time. So, but he's got a great sense of humor, folks. So I really appreciate what Brian sends me. So I'm gonna wait and open that where everybody can see it as I open it. So we'll all get surprised together. That'll be a special late Christmas for us. So don't insist on those who don't want to change. Don't insist on those who don't want to change. Remember, Santa on YouTube live streaming. That's it, Peter Pan. Through my lens. Every time I went to Arizona, it was cold and wet. In the August is considered a monsoon season. August is the rainiest month. September, I've got caught out right here on this property in a raging thunderstorm and just wind going, rain, heavy rain going sideways. Drenched me. I was on the tractor trying to put in the road here. Trying to clear things in my space where, you know, what we got now. And oh my gosh, ooh, that was a heck of a storm. So, Peter Pan, Santa's on vacation. That's right, that's right. We're on vacation here. So, what did Brian say last? Brian Gregg. Oh yeah, it's in my box. I didn't say anything since then. Dixie Doodles. I will listen to the reply. Was wondering what you thought about today's events. That's what I started this whole video on. So check it on the rewind. Go back and hit the rewind because I went over that. There's a lot of indication that these events are connected. They did both these events had in common renting trucks from Turo. I myself have rented a truck from Turo. Turo is an online app. You can download it, and you can find vehicles to rent. So I've done it. So it's individuals who rent out their own vehicles. I don't know what their requirements are to post a vehicle to rent. It's probably got to be brand new. But I had a really good experience with the rental I did. It was just cheaper than going through these big rental companies like Avis or, you know, those companies like that. And it's more flexible. I just went to this house in the middle of the night and picked this vehicle up, and I turned it in again in the middle of the night. Just went there, got it, took it back, dropped it off. That simple. A lot simpler than renting from one of the big companies. So for me, it was a good experience. Good, powerful truck. Enjoy your vacation. Well, I'm on vacation from my Santa duties, but I'm still working and trying to build my tiny home here. So give more chances to those who went all the way for a change. those immigrants. Okay, Jillian, let's elaborate on that. All the way for Brian Prendy. At least you got it. Timing off a bit. I got it. I got it. Thank you, Brian. Brian, like I said, Brian always surprises me. It's always good stuff. We always have fun with it. He usually something to munch on most of the time, something to wear. Who knows what he's got in a card. He sent a lot of different things to me. So we'll have fun opening that. We'll do that when I can do a live session from inside my tiny home, which will be soon. I got power. It's wired up. I'm running generators like 24/7 out here now. I got Starlink. It's just that we're putting up the drywall, and it's kind of a mess in there, so I can't really set up in there yet. The area where I'm planning to set my study up, the floor is packed up with drywall, and I do need to cut out a plywood section of the floor there. One of those pieces of plywood we put in is a little squishy, so it needs to be replaced. And then I'm probably just going to paint the floor with garage paint and throw some throw rugs on it. But it's got doors, it's got windows, it's got power. It's come a long way. You come a long way, baby. Remember that in the commercials that used to entice women to do terrible things like smoke cigarettes. Oh, you're liberated now. You can smoke a cigarette. Oh, yeah, right. Like that's some great and wonderful thing. So, yeah, the women jumped on board that, and then we're all smoking cigarettes for a while. We got when men quit, but only women were smoking, it seemed like. Let's see, at least you got it. Yeah, I did. Mitch Jones, we need to see a tour of the tiny home. Yeah, I did a little bit of a video, and I was planning to upload it, and I thought, well, that was a little too short, and I needed to add to it, and then we've done a little bit more to it, so I'll take another stab at it. But most of the time, we're just too busy working on it. So, Virginia Slims, that's it, Matt. That was a commercial. That cigarette was invented or marketed solely to women. Do they still have Virginia Slims? We need to see it. Yeah, well, it sounds like you're made a lot of progress. Oh, yeah, we made a lot of progress. Yeah, the goal is to get in there before it gets crazy cold here. I've got a wood stove. It'll be a little bit more before I get that set up. I bought these bigger My Buddy heaters, and I did buy them with a hose and with the filters for connecting to good size tanks of propane. But neither one of them will run when I put the propane on. So first I bought a little one, like the one-eye ones. I was hunting the one that had two. I didn't find it at first. And when that wasn't working right, I saw the other kind, the bigger one, which said it would heat 400 square feet, which is what I really needed. And so I got one of those. So this is a common problem. I think it's a bad filter or a bad hose. So the problem is, I went to Lowe's. Lowe's didn't carry the filter. I only found them at Ace. Ace was closed all day today. They closed early yesterday. I couldn't get down there before they closed. So I've been running around trying to get generators set up. I got to have a generator that puts out at least 30 amps with a 4-prong connector, because my house is wired for a 4-prong connector outside right now. I got solar panels, but I've still got to go in through and figure out what I'm going to do in terms of batteries, battery charge controllers, inverters, and that kind of equipment. I am leaning toward putting in just lead acid batteries, because they don't have the battery management systems, which are computer chips in the batteries, like lithium ion phosphate batteries. And so that means that more resilience against an EMP. So that's why I'm thinking lead acid. So Elon says hi. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. TQA. I don't know how to pronounce that. I got no clue. I want squeeze on the lemon. Duncan asked, "Are you American?" Yes, I'm American. Yes, sir. Zeus. Any negativities on start? Well, now I'm out here in a van, and so maybe it's because of that, because I'm not getting the signal straight up from my router. But it took me over an hour and a half to upload that video today. That was an incredibly long time for a video as short as that. So I don't know if that's because of poor signal, because of where I'm located from my router. I'm some distance away from it. The router's placed inside the tiny home. One reason you hadn't seen me, I would have went live probably more often. The last couple nights or a few nights I wanted to go live, but I was only had one generator that would run the house, and I can't run it 24/7. And I just and the Starlink was requiring that, so I just didn't have Starlink. Starlink is pretty good. I got a neighbor up here. I don't know. He's got TV and all kind of stuff through Starlink. I hadn't tried that. I don't even got internet. I don't even have a television. So I might get one eventually here, just for entertaining guests. Elon Musk, great man. I met Elon twice, 2 times, and one time I asked him and said, "Now I woke and I just attacked that CEO of that drone company. I didn't name him. I didn't name his company, but I will give him credit for one thing. He's right. Regular modern electronics, if you get seawater in, it's toast. When seawater gets on structures, it's nasty because of all the salt in it. That stuff just adheres to a lot of different things, and it's nasty. It has to be cleaned off. The solid rocket boosters from the space shuttle required a lot of expensive refurb after dropping them in the ocean. And so much so that when NASA came up with the space line system, they decided they didn't even want to refurb them because it cost more to refurb them than it would have just to bought them outright. But they were trying to make the space shuttle reusable. In that case, it just wasn't a good match. So when Elon first came out and he was talking about dropping the Falcon rockets into the ocean, oh yeah, by the way, I did a study. I was on a team through my company I'd worked for, and we did a study on just that as a subcontract to Starlink. So not Starlink, to SpaceX. So I've actually done some sub work for SpaceX. But we were studying the effects of, ocean recovery, because I've done ocean ops. I've been out in the ocean with my boats, like I mentioned earlier. So I've been involved in a study based on doing it because of my previous history of what I've done. But I did talk to Elon twice, and the first off I said, Elon, the ocean's nasty. I said, you get the stuff all over everything. Now, so we've dropped avionics probably. Hey, we got super chat tonight, the first super chat this year. All right, wheelchair user 13, 5 pounds. Please start a garden this year. I had a bad feeling about this. I'm planning to. Thank you. In fact, I've got my flatbed trailer is on the way back here, and it's got garlic and turmeric bulbs on it, ready to be put out. So thank you. Salute. The first super chat of the year, wheelchair user. Now, it's possible that I may have some money. I know whenever I see Michelle in the house, she is good to send me super chats through my website, Green Greg's. There's a donate button there. She likes to do that. I'll check that after the video tonight, see if she was able to do that tonight. But she usually does that, so I'll just give her a salute for all the support she's given me in the past, and know that she does support this channel quite a bit. So anyway, I lost track. What was the question? Loved you on Lord of the Rings. Ye shall not pass. Yeah, that's what I like to say too. I put that in the video talking about the CCP. Moved Starlink 15 miles. They said nothing. Interesting. So I've got my receiver now mounted on top of my little storage building I've got here, which I bought to put batteries in. Yeah, that's it. New Days just posted a link. Thank you there, New Days. Appreciate that. And for all the links you typically post, thank you. So, guys, with everything going on, you need to consider getting ready. I would consider some long-term food storage. You can go to prepwithgreg.com. I got some real good deals in there. That takes you to the My Patriot Supply. But if you go straight to My Patriot Supply without going through, I don't get anything. So please use the link Prep with Greg. Also, if you're concerned about preservation of value, given the stability of gold and silver, a lot of people right now are talking about a silver shortage and all the things going to solar. Solar cells use a lot of silver. A lot of the electronics use a lot of silver. So you need to, it might be a good time. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and past performance is not indicative of future activity, but you might really want to think about silver right now. You can check out the articles on it. Now, people have been blowing their horn on it for some time. But the forces right now seem, wow, we got a huge super chat. Roadside Minnows. I love that name, Roadside Minnows. God bless you, sir. Hope you're doing great. Salute to you. Thank you very much. $49.99. That's an awesome super chat. Thank you. Mitch Jones, could you put your P.O. box on your on your greeting Greg's channel so we can send you things? P.O. Box 237, Snowflake, Arizona, 85937. It's pretty simple. My HOA says no growing food. Yeah, isn't that terrible? Sneak some sweet potatoes. Yeah, there's a lot of food that looks like flowers or ornamental plants or just right behind your house. But you can still grow food in pots. Guys, you can grow food inside your home. Guarantee you. No, I didn't. Thank you, New Days. So, yeah, let's keep it clean, guys. Let's keep it clean here. Sure, Greg, what kind of coffee do you like? I usually just buy Folgers. Chewy Weather sent me some of that. What was that stuff called? It's help me out with the name. It's one of those strong. It's supposed to be one of the strongest coffees. It's got like a skull on the package. Chewy Weather, here you are. What? You sent me that stuff. What was it? What'd you send me, Chewy? That was pretty good stuff. So I'm forgetting what it's called. You know, I don't have a grinder set. Death Wish, that's it. That was it. Death Wish. That was good stuff. Yep, Death Wish. Chewy sent me a pack of Death Wish last summer. I bet it was last summer, last fall. I was out here when he sent it to me. Actually, he sent it to that P.O. box. So, hello Santa. How did Christmas go this last year? Was it smooth flying? Oh yeah. Everybody's so busy looking for drones they didn't even notice me. Danger coffee. Says Miss T. Yeah. Death Wish, that was the name of it. Funny name for coffee. It wasn't that bad. It didn't strike as being that strong. It's good coffee. I usually just buy Folgers because it's, usually has, oh my God, the price of coffee has gone up like insane. I just bought a big can here. It cost me over $16, and I used to get it for $8 just a couple of years ago. So coffee has gone insane. Guys, I told you guys inflation would hit. I told you guys food prices would skyrocket. And it did. Go buy eggs, compared to what they used to be. And it's going to go up. They just called 70,000 birds, claiming they had the birdie bug. And it turns out they did it in error. 70,000 birds taken in error. Are they going to start doing things with beef? Are they going to start doing things with dairy cattle? They're claiming that 70% of our dairy herds are infected, probably as much beef. The good news is you don't get the birdie bug. Eggs are getting crazy indeed. You don't get the birdie bug by eating that stuff, apparently, as long as you cook it good. I've heard of no reported cases of that. The people that get it because of the heavy handling of animals that are infected. There's been, what did I say earlier today? Like 65 cases in the United States. People getting it from mostly chickens and cows, but all the cases so far have been mild and not been human contagious, and except for one case, 1 out of 65, and the guy's still alive and is in recovery. But he was 65-year-old and had a lot of other morbidities that he was dealing with. So it was compounded by other stuff. Special deals. Thank you for sharing that, New Days. Maine Mermaid. I didn't know that it got cold in Arizona. I thought it was all desert. Well, the mountains have forests and lakes. There's a number of lakes around here, believe it or not. Steve Popper reports that 1 dozen is now $10. Well, in some places that may be true. I haven't paid $10 for a dozen yet, but it's probably coming, especially with culling birds so willy-nilly. Oh, it's a shame. Chronic wasting disease. Now that's another one to watch out for. Now, that's not in the deer herds here in Arizona yet. It's not in Alabama yet, but I think it's in Mississippi. Huge in Colorado, which isn't too far away. So one thing you need to do is be careful what you transport from state to state so that you don't be playing a part of spreading it. Now, a lot of your agricultural centers captured these deer and had them in holding facilities, and they took them into areas where there weren't no chronic wasting disease, and these deer escaped. Was that intentional, or was that just lame brain? Give it to the government. They play a big hand in the spread of this stuff. They don't want people being independent. They want you to be afraid to eat wild game. Let's see. McDonald's will sell you cheap eggs. If you go to Mickey D's, I don't know, guys. I don't think that stuff's real. I just bought 18 brown eggs for $7.65. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's crazy. I remember that used to be the farmer's market prices for really good, open range, free range chicken eggs. So now it's the industrial output chicken eggs from your factory chickens. 1 dozen, $8 here. Ooh, cha-cha. Wow. I wish I would give you free eggs and milk. Well, I don't know if I give it to you free, but hastily, but I'm sure you get a better deal from them than anybody else on a lot of eggs and veggies. Ever tried mushroom coffee? Yes, I have. I've got a friend in Elkmont, Tennessee, or is it it's Elkmont, that has an apothecary, and she does a lot of medicinals with herbs and mushrooms, and she gave me a lot of stuff. I was almost 0% of inflation of basic necessities for U.S. for a long time during the 80s and 90s. Well, that's true, Julia. And who was president in the 80s? Reagan. There was huge inflation when he first took over, but it was from left over from the Jimmy Carter days. But they used high interest rates to help bring it down. But yeah, that's the other thing under Carter. Inflation went insane. We had double-digit inflation. We had stagflation. Nobody respected America. That's why the Iranians took all the hostages, because we had a weak president. And you see what happens when you get weak presidents. All the bad guys take advantage and make their moves. And look at all the wars that started under the current weak POTUS. So, weak men make for hard times. And weak presidents, same way. So anybody wants to elect a weak president, that's what you get. Gas wars. Oh my gosh, I remember gas wars. And all the stations would compete with each other. I remember when I was a kid, I'd go to some of these gas stations and let me pump gas. Boy, it made me think I was a grown-up nearly. So I felt big because I was out pumping gas. And I would get, gas would be normally 30-something cents a gallon, 32 cents a gallon. And they'd have these price wars. These stations would compete with each other, and they'd sell gas for 19 cents a gallon. How many of you, if you remember 19 cent a gallon gas in a price war, or if you remember a 19-cent hamburger, put one in the chat room. Now, guys, I was born back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. So, thank you for that trailer market. Oh, my coughing scared the kitty cat. Been very foggy for 2 days. Yeah, be careful of that fog. 89 cents a gallon. 1973 ketchup was 25 cents. Yeah, oh my God. All right, Matt remembers that. When I was real little, you could go to a machine that had bottles, drinks in it, as long as you returned the bottle. I remember when they were selling Coca-Colas for 5 cents a bottle. 5 cents a bottle. And I remember when it went up to 6 cents, I was like, oh my God. And then it went to 10 cents. And then it was 12 cents. And I remember when I was a kid, people would throw bottles out. And it was over a mile the nearest store where I lived, like a mile and a quarter, mile and a half, something like that. And I'd get out and walk to the store. And I'd pick up bottles along the way. By the time I got to the store, I could buy anything I wanted. I didn't have to have any money on me, but I knew by the time I got to the store, I could get whatever candy bars and Cokes and junk that I didn't need and that I wanted. I could buy it, no problem. Killer Smurfs, I remember when they did 25 cents 4 little burgers. That's New Day saying there. I remember when, whoops, a family of 4 could eat at McDonald's for under $5. Oh yeah. Cha-Cha Greg, did you see the video of the farmer who showed the crops and heirloom crops weren't growing, but GMO crops were? You got to wonder what they're doing. 1971, Nixon decoupled the dollar from the gold. Yeah, he did. 10 years later, the economy was in inflation. Yeah, that's so they could have inflation, which the banks love. The big banks. There's raspberry, 25 cents for a gallon, and 25 cents for a pack of cigarettes. Which ones are higher? Oh my God. 7-Eleven is making a comeback. Oh yeah, I remember the old 7-Eleven stores, Matt. When Bush became governor, candy bars doubled in price. Oh, how about that? Non-productive 25 cents would buy a Duluth burger and 12-ounce Coke in 1960. Oh yeah. Gonna go 15 cents gas. Yeah. Pull. Oh, what you saying there, Johnny? Let's see. Owl cat. Getting feisty on me down here. Did you get a bunch of candy for 50 cents in the convenience store along with a Coke? Also, it was just no country store back in the time. Back in the day, the store I walked to, he had a lift. He would service cars, grease them, do light mechanic work, gas station. It was everything. And a little store. Of course, now the nearest, where I'm at here, the nearest store is very convenient. It's only 9 miles away by road. Now, if I was a raven flying, that's one of the most prevalent birds around here is the raven. It'd be 4 miles as the raven flies. And you'd say because the crow flies out east, right? And there's no crows around here. In the 70s, you could get a free burger at McD's if you could repeat this at the drive-thru. 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and sesame seed bun. Really, they give you a free one for that? White Castle was 5 cents. Wow, raspberry. GMO aluminum tolerant crops. Oh, is that what's happening? You know, they're saying there's a lot more aluminum in our soil for some reason all at once. Is there an agenda here? Oh, Mermaid forgot the pickle. Well, no hamburger for you, Mermaid. Oh, Lordy. Oh, cat. Silly cat. Let's see. I was in Car Hop for 33 cents. Oh, you were a Car Hop. Oh, okay. Took a long time to make $5. You thought you had money when you had $5, though. It was money. Maine Mermaid. Oh, no. It was 2 all beef patties, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun. Okay, now you get it. Jesus loves all of you. Please repent and accept him. There you go, Ryan. Yep, John 3:16. That's one of the best verses in the Bible. Santa, where are your big, I don't know what you're saying there. Alicia says, my mother back in the 70s and early 80s used to go to the convenience store and get a pack of her cigarettes for $1. She would have change left over. Guys, my first factory job I was working for about less than $4 an hour. And then I was working in a chicken plant. Then I took a job at a cotton mill. I think I started out at $4 and a nickel, and I got to $4.20 an hour. Shoot, I thought I was making money. Oh, wow, that's good money. Anyway, in 1974, you could have 5 loaves of bread for $5. That's 1 loaf for $5. That's about it. Clown food. That's what you get at Mickey D's. That's why maybe a clown it was their mascot. It really is clown food. Greg got it wrong. He forgot the special sauce. Uh-oh. Yeah, all right. Well, I've never been a fan of Mickey D's. I gotta tell you, I never liked them. So it's my religion to go to Mickey D's. You know, you can take a Mickey D's burger and set it on a shelf, and nothing's going to eat it. Don't even spoil it. Just dehydrates, desiccates. You 420 friendly? No, I can't do that. Because I do work defense stuff and aerospace stuff, and I'm subject to being tested. So that's not allowed in my profession. It's still, it may be legal in Arizona, but still not legal federally. So I can't do that. Cook whole foods. That's right, Julia. Whole foods. That's real food. If a bug won't eat, you know, people used to say, oh, that apple's got worms in it, or it might have worms or something like that. You go, well, why would I want to eat an apple that a worm couldn't eat, or a worm wouldn't eat? Something wrong with that apple, right? They just put all these chemicals on them. Pack of Lucky Strike was 10 cents on Guam in 1968. Wow, Guam, Don. How'd you like Guam? Here, that's a beautiful. You know, they say that Guam, you know, is like a tropical paradise, a lot cheaper than Hawaii, and it's been recommended people check out Guam for vacation. Although you might get incoming missile strikes from China here soon. But aside from that, it'd be great. Sound like a Texan, maybe. I'm Alabamian. So Alabama and Texas are very similar because it's really southern. $1.70 per hour at Sears. Yeah, you probably thought you were making good money back in the time. Blood and oats is used to fill. Oh, you're gross. Who knows what they put in Mickey D's? Yeah, it's even that. You know, here's the milkshakes don't even really melt. So God knows what that stuff is. I want some rock soup. Yeah, that's a big thing in what was it, Japan? Or where they clean the rocks and boil them and they drink the water. You know, rock soup. Yeah, that's a good way to lose weight. Drink a lot of rock soup. 2% of hot dogs have human DNA. Ew, gross. Wouldn't surprise me. Something really strange stuff. Everything goes on a hot dog. That highly processed meat, though, is very bad for you guys. It's very bad. High processed food. When is World War III? Right now. Captain Ironside. It's already going on. So if you think that China is not at war with us, we're just too damn dumb to know it. Pardon my language. Look at the fentanyl coming across the border. Taking out 100,000 Americans a year almost. Some years more, some years a little less. But guys, what is that? If you want to take down a nation, you know, that's one way to cause a lot of mayhem. The people we've lost to fentanyl in this country are surrendered. Now they got even worse stuff they're sending across. Nothing's like homemade food. Amen to that. Orange soda is a favorite in Guam. Orange soda, how about that? I remember orange. One of my favorites when I was a little kid was grape seal, and I've just seen it again recently. Grape seal. It's all relative, cost compared to wages, but yeah. So they raise minimum wage. I think they're getting a lot of money, but every time the wages go up, all the costs have to go up. Prices go up every time. So you're just running around the squirrel cage. You think you're getting ahead, you're not. Santa, you're on your day off. Well, I got to work tomorrow. So, favorite caliber, half inch, 50 cal. Yeah, I got some 50 cal smoke poles. I see some shadows. That's the kitty cat. Kitty cat's up here now above my light. Where are we at, kitty cat? Let's see. There's a kitty. I got light up here. Light strip. Tote. You might notice the handle parts of a couple of nugs. Oops. Yeah, I got nugs coming out of every pore. All around me. So if anybody thinks they want to surprise me, they might get a surprise. CP Nathan's been receiving orders from the government for iodine, potassium iodine is what that is, but they won't sell it, but won't sell it to them. I think he has been selling it. Has he not? He said he just got huge orders for potassium iodine. You know, that's for radiation. What's that all about? So, kept my eyes up. We can go to get iodine pills. Well, you can probably still order from him. I got mine from a company, KIA Scientific, I think. You know, where I bought my Geiger counter. Potassium iodine. You take it to keep a lot of iodine in your thyroid, so your thyroid's not looking for iodine because some of your elements and the radioactive elements match with iodine on the periodic table. I forget which one it is. That and you can get that in your. Once you absorb a radioactive particle, it stays in you and it keeps radiating within you. That's why you got to write strontium. Strontium has an affinity for calcium. It will replace calcium in your bones. It's on the same place on the periodic table, just under calcium, and it's nasty. That's why if you get a radiological event, you don't want to be eating bone from animals. Also, strontium is one of the longer lasting isotopes. So if there is a nuclear war, look, I've done this two very long videos talking about all the details of radiation, the effects of it, describing the different types of radiation, what doses will make you sick, what doses are lethal, and I talked about it in RAD, I talked about it in Seaman, I talked about it in Seaforts, all these different units of measure, rotogens, I explained all of that, and I explained how to protect yourselves. And I also talked about, you know, covering your garden with tarps and your washing the top of your house off after an event like that, because a lot of dust settles on top of your house. There's a lot of things you can do to protect yourself. Watch those videos. They go into great detail. I don't think anybody's ever done anything else on YouTube that compares to those two videos I did on nuclear war survival. And I did a few other videos. I did a couple of Stacy Savicki about what to do in the first 24 hours, what to do in the first 48 hours. We did a joint video. I've not heard from her in a long time. She's kind of dropped off the radar. I hope she's okay. FYI, do not take iodine pills if you're on thyroid medicine. Indeed. And I really think you're supposed to take them once you're beyond a certain age. Got mine from Berkey Water Filter Company. Okay, rad pills. Yeah, you can search for them online. I'm sure you can still find them. Hello, Santa Claus, says a sunset lover. Hey, I love sunsets. I take a lot of sunset pictures. I still got 198 in the house at this late hour. Pectin, yes, pectin. Pectin really helps clear all that stuff out. Cat, don't bite my cord. Stop. That's one problem. Cats love to chew on power cords, charging cords. You know, sometimes I think a cat's about like a rat. Good morning. How you doing there, Jason? We got Jason from Green Country Agroforestry in the house. Now, this is one of the smartest men I've ever met. Check out his channel, guys. Please check out his channel. He's got a lot of good advice on growing stuff. I've been to his place twice. I've done a couple of videos from there with him. And I've also interviewed him on my channel several times. And we talk about things like how to grow enough food to feed a family of 4 on 1/10 of an acre. And I also did more on that in some other videos. But he does some really good gardening. He's got all kind of interesting squash and different things growing on his fences and in his garden around his place, ducks. Yeah, he covers a lot of ground. He talks in great detail about plants and how to grow stuff. So check out his channel, guys. It's a good, he covers a lot of good stuff there. And of course, I've got gardening videos. If you go back to my oldest videos on this channel, that's how I really started this channel. It was talking about gardening and worm farming. I tell you how to grow stuff without having to go to the store and buy junk. You know, how to do your own composting, mainly with worms. And I did bring some worm beds out here, so I'm going to be raising some worms out here. This time of the year, you catch me awake this time of the day. Got the feed the stove. There you go. Stop. Sorry, can't nibbling on my cord. Stop. Biting my power cord, my charging cord. Jason's a knight from Camelot. Yeah, he's my fellow wizard here on the YouTube. Yeah, Jason bought worms from me way back when. By the way, Ring Gregs, your videos are the most accurate nuke defense, better than CD. Oh, you will not show me anybody that's put out more comprehensive videos on nuclear survival. Yet they don't have that many views. That's a strange thing. The number of views on is not that many. I got probably the best water purification video out there of anybody. We're talking about sanitizing and purifying water, two different things, by the way. And I show many different methods for that. Not that many views on it either. Those are critical things you need to know to survive. And to get you some water filters. There you go, Jason's site. Thank you for sharing that, few days. Juanita, stay well, Greg. We love you. Hey, I love all y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. So, yeah, we've been on here an hour and a half almost. And the main thing I was pointing out is stuff's already starting to happen, guys. This year, we're just starting in day 2 of the year. And we've already had all kind of mayhem start. Super Bowl should be today. Let's pray something crazy don't happen. So everybody's always afraid something big will happen in the Super Bowl. So that may be one reason it was delayed, especially with what was going on in New Orleans on the 1st, with that guy driving through the crowd and apparently having other people planting IEDs in that area. So it looks like that may be a sleeper cell being activated, guys. Let's hope that this is an isolated events, but these 2 events between Vegas and New Orleans. Think about it. Now the fanatical Islamists, the biggest thing they talk about in the United States, and they say they hate, are the debauchery. And they hit the 2 centers that are considered key in debauchery in the United States, being the 2 sin cities of Vegas and New Orleans. Both are known for those kind of things. So that could be signs of a sleeper cell. The use of the ISIS flag may be a sign that sleeper cells are being activated. The fact that IEDs were there, and some apparently being planted by other individuals in the crowd. Strange stuff going on, guys. Strange stuff happening. Anyway. So let's keep it clean here, guys. I'm waiting to see who the private police force Biden was talking about. The government is hired. Oh, well, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. That don't even sound good. We all love GG for opening the eyes and survival. Trying to go, man. I did videos on EMP survival. I've done, and in that video, I talked about tactical things, tactical defense, and a little bit of tactical operations if you're on the move. So I've covered a lot of ground on this channel, guys. Roadside memos. They gave me the big super chat, right? So, got to go to work. Take care, Greg. Well, thank you for being here. Salute again to you. And Brian Aaron Coy. Hello, sir. Have you checked into Russell J. Gold? No, I haven't. Can I pet that dog? Did you name the kitten Arizona? I named him Smokey. I may have to name something else Arizona. Maybe something else tiny that I can raise, so I can say I'm raising Arizona. That was one of my favorite movies, guys. Raising Arizona. That was funny. Kind of like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou became one of my other later favorite movies. I had no idea when I watched Raising Arizona, I'd be living here. Of course, that was down in the valley, down in southern Arizona, around Tempe, Arizona. So, thank you for the insights, Greg. Well, thank you, Julia. Excuse me, Eddie's. Not Eddie's soup. Pardon me. That's why I'm strategically located to the White Mountains. I feel so. All right, Eddie, you're my neighbor then. Yes, sir. White Mountains, right here. All right. Great movie. through my lens. There you go. Captain Hindsight, can you speak about defense system projects you worked on? F-15 M1 tank. I've worked on missile system that the Army's developing right now. I don't want to say anything more about that. One of the greatest movies. Yes, sir. I've worked on some defense satellites that were for monitoring. Looks like you're in the mobile office. Yeah, well, this is my van. I'm in my van. So, this is the van I call Candy. I've lived in this van quite a while. I'm the man in the van. I need to do a comparative video between this van and the little town and country I lived in for a few months. I've lived more in this one. This is a little more cozy. For several reasons. And I don't get all the hatchback town and country don't have a ceiling. And out here driving on these desert roads, it gets coated inside dust. It's horrible. Everybody still underestimates the power of will. Amen. Main Mermaid says, we have a well, septic, solar panels, windmill, greenhouse, 40 acres of great land, and a pond, and great hunting. And we live in the woods away from people. Nothing here but an old Bigfoot. Well, there you go, Main Mermaid. That sounds wonderful. AI is our worst enemy. Well, AI is getting powerful fast. Elon Musk said the increase in the so-called improvements in or the development of AI is a geometric progression. It's hyperbolic. It's going whoop like that, very fast. Changes are coming very fast in AI, so you need to keep your eyes wide open, guys. Wide open, and they're developing robots that are humanoid, and the humanoid robotic technology is accelerating very fast. China, I announced back a few months ago, had one version that was selling for $16,000, humanoid robot. Well, I think they just come out with another version that's about to come out for sale, humanoid robot for $12,000. Now, even $16,000 just for one shift. If you're going to hire somebody at the lowest minimum wage in America, you will pay them more than $16,000 in a year. You can buy robots cheaper, humanoid robots cheaper than you can pay anybody to work. Can you believe that? Okay, looks like we've got some, we have trolls in the house tonight. Looks like it. Well, we got some good mods. Trolls don't survive long on my channel. Maria, how you doing? Captain Hindsight, war pigs. What can you do? Yeah, that fits today pretty well done. War pigs. Yeah, apparently they're in charge at the moment. $50K for a wheeled robot that can fold clothes. Oh, you can get them a lot less than $50K now, basically. Is it true that military installed AI strawberry across the road? I don't know. NFL, yeah, I agree with you, Miss T, about the NFL. I don't watch their stuff anymore. You know, the halftime shows are all House of Klaus and New World Order crap. Let's see. AI can make you money. It can. It can. That's that. Master it. You know, ride the wave. You know, surf the apocalypse. Ride the wave. Yeah, that's one of the best ways to deal with it. So, all right, I'm under cat attack right now. Ow! Hang on. I'm trying to turn the video around. There's Smokey. Yeah, I'm under attack. Let me turn the video back on now. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Yeah, so don't. Yeah, watch what you conjure up. Also, watch what you think about, guys. The trouble with robots is they can't turn around and spend the money that they weren't paid. What I worry about is, like Elon even mentioned, they might be friendly and then suddenly get a download, and all at once they're not friendly anymore. He says, the Tesla cars are robots, and really they are, but they're on wheels and they can't chase you up stairwell. Whereas when it, well, ow, mate, dang cat, you're getting kind of feisty over there. Smokey, calm down, boy. Lord Dragon the Red. Where you been, Lord Dragon the Red? Haven't seen you in a while. All right, we're still up to 195 people in this late hour, early hour, however you interpret it. Let's see, I'm trying to turn this video around again. Hey, we got a super chat. Valerie Moore, $4.99. Well, thank you, Valerie. Salute to you, Valerie. Awesome. Appreciate that. No electric cars can chase you, but they can turn and run you into a tree. Oh, that's true. And if you noticed that movie that Obama put out, Leave the World Behind, they had the Tesla cars like they were all being in remote control and they're all crashing each other. So that's kind of a scary thought. And remember, I did a video talking about how Xi Jinping had technology could take over a lot of cars. That's another thing. And we're massively hacked by the CCP guys. Massively hacked everything, all our systems, all our technology. So we're at grave risk, guys. And a lot of people just aren't paying attention. AI will summon help from other universes to split us like atoms. Oh. Well, that new Google supercomputer that's driven by, it's a quantum computer that was able to, in 5 minutes, do calculations that would take them to other worlds' most powerful supercomputers, like far longer than expected the universe might ever exist to calculate. Scary stuff. But they claim it's using multiple dimensions to do this. Willow, yeah, that's the name of it. Willow, you're right. I love it when I catch you live. Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Thank you. Lord John, wishing everyone a safe and prosperous 2025. Amen. Bartholomew, ho, ho, ho. Green Giant. Well, Santa's got a moonlight. So when you think the Green Giant and Santa both say ho, ho, ho. That's it, guys. It's one and the same. That's my little secret. Y'all didn't know that till I told you, right? Cowboy Roy published a good video yesterday. Yeah, he puts out a lot of good stuff. And another channel that's very underappreciated is Uncommon News 777 with Doug. Leave the World Behind is evidence that the national secrets have been leaked. Good point. Yeah. And maybe that's where some of this technology that we're seeing in the skies is coming from. Ashton Forbes talked about technology, very high, weird transdimensional orb technology that he believes we had. It may now be in the hands of others. Maybe that's what we're seeing in the skies. Robin Hood beanie. There you go. How's your home coming on? Very good, very good. I'm hoping to move in a week or two. Gandalf the Grey. There we go. Aliens are real no cap. So, when I was in grade school, we weren't supposed to, when we went out for the playtime in the playground, we weren't supposed to go out in the woods, but I started taking guys out in the woods, and I'm talking about fourth grade. And we'd just sneak out in the woods, and more of us would go. And so I ran a little band. And I was like the Robin Hood. We would fight with sticks and call them crudgels, like that Robin Hood did. So and nobody beat me with that. What national secret stuff has been? Well, I don't know. It's a scary thought. Cat must be hungry. No, cat's got some food over there. Cats just want to play. So, Mars mechanic, do you have a striking resemblance to Dumbledore? Get that in Gandalf a lot on here. Oh, Kitty is feisty tonight. Anyway, Tara from Port Angeles, Washington. Okay. Alrighty, folks. We've been on here for a long time, almost 2 hours. Too late, too long. I got to work tomorrow, today. And I need to take a nap in between. So after school, straight to the woods. Oh, that's what I did when I got home. I'd run straight to the woods, but we did it for recess at school too. We weren't supposed to go in the woods, but I was always a rebel. The next thing you know, I had almost entire class going out in the woods, and we would play Robin Hood. So let's see. The consciousness that is responsible for our ideas is alien, but not necessarily foreign to the human experience. Well, that's interesting. So, strive to thrive in 2025. That's a good one. All right. All the Sun. How you doing, All the Sun? All the Sun. I'm Allison. all his own. Prayers first always. That's right, guys. Get above all else. Be sure that you're right with your Maker as we're going into these things and times. How to survive EMP or grid down. There you go. Thank you, New Days, for sharing that. People, you need to watch that. Or Dragon Red. I hope you are well, Greg. As a friend, I am concerned for you. I hope you get started. Yeah, we're working it. We're getting there. It's just taking a lot of work, a lot of time. All his own. That's right. That's right. Mars mechanic. My wife knits, and that's why I'm asking about the cap. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. So, let's get another kitty view here. All right. What you doing, Daddy? What you doing? Oh, what is that? Anyway, grid down survival is number one. If you can make it with no power, you pass the greater risk. But you got to remember, a lot of the stuff you get, that you go to the store, it ain't gonna be there. Ain't gonna be no stores. Grid down, it's just you. When the grid goes down, the music the game of musical chairs end. The music ends. That's when you got to sit down. What you got, that's all you got. So just keep that in mind, guys. So get ready, prepare, get your seeds to grow your own food. New Days shared that link to True Leaf Market. I've got links to that. Eden Brothers, check them out. I think I posted those in the video I posted earlier today. So got to also make it past the mob. That's one reason I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. Less mob. And the ratio of preppers to non-preppers out here is more preppers than there are non-preppers. Which is a great thing. So that's going to be very helpful. Surviving a nuclear event. There you go. Guys, you really need to watch that video. Thank you, New Days, for showing that. Really, everyone, you need to watch that video. That's part one. You should find part two after that. Guys, really watch that stuff. Shut power off for a week, and you'll learn fast. That's so true. All right. SERE, I don't know what that is, Don. Does freezing seeds help maintain the viability of those seeds? Yeah, for a lot of seeds it does. I think for some it might damage. For most seeds it does. But you need to have them dry before you freeze them. Don't freeze them when they're wet. Dry them out first. Dry those seeds before you freeze them, or else they'll have internal damage from expanding water in them. Yeah, there's the part two. Thank you, New Days. Appreciate that. Guys, really watch those videos. They go into great detail. It might sound boring at first because I'm talking about a lot of the scientific principles of radiation, but it's important to know and understand that, to understand when I talk about how to survive it, steps to take. So pay attention. Watch those videos. They're very important. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Uh, that's like my friend, uh, Jonathan Hollerman that I've interviewed on several times. Yeah, he's a SERE expert. Pardon me, I wasn't thinking. Yeah, I need to get John back on here. Oh, Cat, you're getting feisty. Well, folks, thank you all for visiting with Greg here tonight. Yep, thank you, Arnold. These things are getting spicy. Yeah, guys, it's, amen. Masks could be in run soon. It's been prophesied. Survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. That's it, Don. Yes, sir. And that's what John Hollerman was a trainer for, a SERE trainer. So we'll have to get John back in the channel. When I get set up in my study where I can put up my computer and my cameras and get all my stuff spread out, I'll go back to doing a few live interviews, and he's definitely high on my priority list. Cat needs a, yeah, I got him some toys, and he still plays on my chords and everything else. Kitty, what's up? What are you meowing so much for? My goodness. He's wanting attention. That's what he's wanting right now. He wants me to play with him. Yeah, we're going to go to bed here in a minute. I'm going to turn the lights out. We have to calm down. The name sounds familiar for some reason. Yeah, John Hollerman, big SERE trainer. He's also an officer in the MP Task Force on National and Homeland Security, which I'm also in, which was founded by the late, great Dr. Peter Vincent Pry, who I've interviewed many times. Old Fort Bragg. Good to see you, Old Fort Bragg. Glad to see you in the house. Yes, sir. It's always Fort Bragg to me. Yep. He's Jonathan Hollerman wrote some good books. I need to check it out. We've talked about him some on this channel. And he just put one out a year or two ago. He was just coming out when I was doing the video, and I was talking about survival technique for working with the local farmers. He said, how did you come up with that? That's coming out in my book. I didn't publish it yet. We talked about it. We had a good time. He's a smart guy. Anyway, man. All right. So, guys, we're going to call it a night here in a minute. So I want everybody to tell us where you're from. We got 178 people still in the room. Tell us where you're from, and we're going to call it a night. Everybody let it roll. Where are you from? Tell us where you're from, everyone. This is taking a minute. There we go. Michael. What level are you? I'm not a Freemason. Central Florida, Matt. Texas, Zeus. Todd. I've got everyone. Alex. Scotland. We got Scotland in the house. Ohio, Doug. Fort Bragg, Cameron, North Carolina. Near Spring Lake. I lived in Spring Lake. Southwest Florida. Is that what you're saying, Todd? Utah, Don. Northeast of Dallas, Lord Dragon the Red. Peter M. I don't know what you're saying. Illinois, Reykjavik. Dougie Fresh, Albany, New York. Tampa, Florida. Carol. All right, Johnny B. PA, Southwest Pennsylvania, Darlene. Raspberry. White Mountain, Arizona. I hope you got my email, my number. Okay, Raspberry, I need to look for that. I'll have to check my email. Send it again just to make sure. Minnesota, absolutely, Brian. I know where you're at. Cold in Tampa this morning. Wow. It's going to get really cold. We're about to have a huge Arctic vortex come down. The southeast is going to have record colds. Record colds, my friends. Big time. White Mountain, Raspberry. All right, Raz. Double send that. I'll need to check again. So, Heber, Arizona. Eddie, wow, you're right nearby. You're a neighbor. All righty, Heber, Arizona. I'm in I'm not in Snowflake, but I'm in the area. Somewhere within a 25-mile radius of Snowflake. Iguana apocalypse. Oh my gosh, iguana apocalypse. Yeah, that's going to take. They said iguanas will be dropping out of the trees. Cold Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh used to be a pretty town to visit. Used to have all this ivy growing, big trees reaching across the highway roads there. Yeah, but it looks a lot different today than what I knew it as back in the late 70s. Oregon coast. All right, that's Stephen. High place says, what is it? Ollie Hill, all the sun, and see, cold incoming indeed. Yes, that's true. Alrighty, folks. Hey, I want to thank all you super chatters. You made an awesome night tonight. My first live video of the year. We got some really good super chats. I appreciate it. Jason is here. All right, we know where you're at, Jason. You're here. Gotcha. Arnold, which watch out for Dr. Death. Oh my God, it can be a whole nother topic. Fauci and those guys are coming out again, talking about things to come out, calling for shutdowns. They're calling for the pokey again. Oh my gosh, the stuff that they're trying to get out. They do have well, they're now calling it beta. They're like skipping alpha. Why is that? X2, Roy. So again, thank you, super chatters. Thank you, mods. You've been busy tonight. We've had a few trolls on the channel because we haven't been on here in a long time. But I just don't know that you guys are going to judo flip them out real fast. So how is that guy still employed? Oh my God. Well, was a highest paid federal employee. I think he's retired now. He is probably getting money from big pharma under the table. I got sick being in the fog. Still say, oh Lord Dragon. Stay out of the fog, guys. Amen, Arnold. I agree. Alpha 2010 to 2024. Well, they're claiming from 2025 is beta generation. Next time government wants to go, yeah. Interesting, Arnold. Alrighty, folks. Once again, thank you, super chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, one and all, for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, bang the update notification bell, and click all. And please share my videos, because this platform has stumped me hard ever since I started trying to speak a little bit of truth on here. You know, God forbid we tell things the way they are, right? So, hey, Chris, you want to catch it on the rewind? Mad Armies, love somebody. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Dean Martin. Alrighty, folks. Thank you one and all for watching. And to one and all, a good night. Ho, ho, ho. Greg out.